friends, in this video, we're going to be looking at rational numbers or irrational numbers. I've got a set of 4 numbers here that we want to classify as rational or irrational. Now, those words may be new to you, so I want you to think of rational as fractions. That can be a little deceiving because fractions don't always look like fractions, because really we're talking about any number that could be written as a fraction. Well, types of numbers that could be written as a fraction are repeating decimals. So if a decimal repeats, then it is considered rational. Another way that you could get a rational number would be a terminating decimal. Now, what we mean by that is it's a decimal that stops. So this might be something like 2.375. That is a decimal that stops. Whereas a repeating decimal might be like 3.456, and the 6 just keeps repeating. If it doesn't fall into a fraction, a repeating decimal, or a terminating decimal, then it is considered irrational. So let's start first with the square root of 7. Now, the square root of 7 is not a nice integer. Meaning, like if I had square root of 4, that would be a nice integer, which equals 2. So since square root of 7 is not a nice integer, then it is going to be irrational. I'm just going to put an I there for irrational. Look at my negative 7/4. Now, this one's pretty easy to see that it can be written as a fraction, but what about the negative? Does that change anything? It actually doesn't. So just because you have a negative on it doesn't change the fact that it is a fraction. So this one is irrational. Pi. Oh my goodness. This one most people will remember as 3.14, but actually, friends, it keeps going, right? We just usually round it to 3.14. But it actually keeps going. And because it doesn't repeat and it doesn't terminate or it doesn't stop, then this one also is irrational. Now, the last one, 52.37 with that bar over it, friends, what that means is that 37 is just going to repeat. So we're going to have 52.37, 37, 37, 37, and on and on and on. Okay, this actually can be written as a fraction. It's not very pretty to try to write it as a fraction, but I want you to know that it can be written as a fraction. So this is how we classify numbers. I want you looking for those repeating decimals and those terminating decimals.